Alive and Well STL is a presentation of the St. Louis Regional Health Commission and RareGem Productions to build a healthier St. Louis. Power up with the positive. Learn more at OneRareGem.com. That's OneRaregem.com.
Support for Alive and Well STL comes from Beyond Housing, helps entire communities become better places to live. Learn more at beyondhousing.org.
The Regional Health Commission works in partnership with regional health sector advocates and stakeholders to improve healthcare access, reduce health disparities, and improve health outcomes for the uninsured and the underinsured in St. Louis City and County.
Alive and Well STL with Bethany Johnson-Javois, CEO of the St. Louis Integrated Health Network and Managing Director of the Ferguson Commission. Alive and Well STL opened the doors and invited the community to join the producers.
I've been angry my whole life. We had to watch our parents go through this. And that's why we're so angry. Not because that we're just experiencing this for the first time. This is our grandmas. This is our mother. This is our auntie. This is our father. This is our nieces, nephews, cousins. This is everybody. So we watching this from a young age, seeing what they're doing, seeing the things that they tried to do that didn't work. So we sitting here looking like, man, y'all been talking for a really long time. And we really ain't in no better situation than you were.
We'll be right back. One thing could throw you completely off balance.
I was diagnosed on February 19th of this year. I remember the day vividly and received, of course, news that no woman wants to hear. Devastating only to hear the words cancer, knowing that it doesn't have to be a death sentence, but it is a very difficult diagnosis to hear.
And you could deal with that hurt for a long time.
It was a challenge, so it took some time to get used to.
But it doesn't have to take you down. Take 5.
I have a rule of 3. So I never allow myself more than 3 days to be mad, upset, angry about something. And on that 3rd day, I make a choice. And so for me, my 3rd day with breast cancer came on a Saturday. So I woke up that day and made a choice. It was easy because my son had a basketball game that day. So it made it easy to be positive and cheering on his little basketball team.
You can work it out. Take care of your mental health just like you would anything else. Be alive and well. Find out more about what you can do to bounce back. Go to aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well STL. Alive and Well STL opened the doors and invited the community to join the producers. A chance to influence the Alive and Well STL movement and message. We asked the community to tell us who inspires you to be alive and well. Here are the stories, the responses, the realities.
All right, Reginald, spell your name, please, for the record.
R-E-G.
Reg. I said it wrong. All right, how old are you, Reggie?
Too old. No,
Too old.
20.
Reg is 20. Reg, you say you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear about toxic stress. You don't want to hear about trauma. You just want what?
It's not even that I don't want to hear it. It's just like...
It's not making the point?
The trauma is there, but you got to look at why it's there.
All
Talking about trauma isn't going to help anybody not be traumatized. You got to stop the factors that's causing the trauma.
Okay. What's the factors and how do we stop them?
A number of things. Mostly, I mean, the main thing right now is the police, obviously. We don't feel respected. We don't get respect. So we do what we can to survive. Either way, we end up dead. So even if we traumatize and we know we traumatize, ain't nothing coming from it. So it's not really changing anything until you can change policy.
Mm-hmm. And so policy and the police, those are your big, heavy, weighed up concerns as a 20-year-old young man.
Just my whole generation, all my peoples and what they worried about. We can't just, you know what I'm saying, leave in the morning and be okay like, oh, yeah, we about to go to school or we about to go to work and just not worry about getting pulled over and not worry about getting harassed. Everywhere we go, this city is built to prey on us. Mm-hmm. So we can sit here and talk about trauma and talk about why we feel bad or we could do something about it. But all this talk ain't helping nothing.
So let me just add a piece. It may not be helping, but those that can help have to understand what the trauma is and what you're dealing with in order for us to really get where we should be applying the effort. You understand?
I understand what you're saying.
So help me help those that can help this situation so that we're not just wasting our breath talking about trauma on this big level. You know what I mean? So what is that thing that's eating at you every day? Is it actually within the same problem we were just talking about? You can't just get up and go to school. If I were to remove that piece, where would your head be?
I mean, if you could wake up and you know that you can live your life without having to deal with excess struggles and excess nonsense, then I'm pretty sure everybody will be all right. Mm-hmm. Well, we can't just wake up every day and know we're going to be okay leaving the house. Right. That's not something that we have.
Is that an anger feeling, a fear feeling, a frustration feeling?
The thing about fear is when fear festers long enough, it turns to anger. Mm-hmm. So what you're seeing right now with people rioting all over the country and people getting upset and speaking out is just a lot of fear that's just manifested itself into anger because nobody has done anything for so long. Mm-hmm. People act like they don't know what the problem is or they don't know how to help. People ain't listening. If you can't tell by now what people need to get to the next level, then you haven't been paying attention.
Sure. So what are the 3 things, if I were to just grab them by the shoulders and say, look, man, this is what we're trying to get you to hear. What are those 3 things they should be listening for?
Equality, poverty, and policy change.
Mm-hmm. Policy in what area?
In all areas. Really, mostly police policy, though, because that's the main thing we're dealing with right now. People are impoverished because they can't get opportunities. They can't get opportunities because of the policies that are written. Mm-hmm. So until we change that policy, the poverty is not going to go away. But once all of that goes, equality is going to come.
So you described to me what success would look like if a brother could just wake up, be able to go on about his ideas for his life and opportunities were there for him to pursue. Let me ask you one last question. You said my generation is feeling similar to this, angry. And it's been going on for a long time. With you being only 20 and your generation being in and around the same age, how long have you been angry?
I've been angry my whole life. We had to watch our parents go through this. And that's why we're so angry. Not because that we're just experiencing this for the first time. This is our grandmas. This is our mother. This is our auntie. This is our father. This is our nieces, nephews, cousins. This is everybody. So we watching this from a young age, seeing what they're doing, seeing the things that they tried to do that didn't work. So we sitting here looking like, man, y'all been talking for a really long time. And we really ain't in no better situation than you were. So maybe we don't need to talk. And that's really just what my generation is. So you have to find a balance and walk the line between coming to arms and doing things in a more peaceful, intelligent way.
I'm glad you included the part about balance because here's the piece. We need each other for the success of this. You need us to hear you, and we all need to figure out how we're going to go at it together. You've got a baby brother, baby sister here next to you. What is your hope for them?
That they don't got to worry about this. That they don't got to walk down the street nervous, look over their shoulder because they don't know who coming for them. They don't know if it's a cop coming for them. They don't know if it's the opposite person coming for them. It could be their own people coming from them. So it don't matter. They just need to be able to live without worrying about extra nonsense.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say a couple of keywords, and then you can maybe tell me what that looks like. Safe.
I've never seen it.
Peace.
I'd like to know what that is.
Success.
Only if you stay in line.
Freedom.
We still waiting on it.
And opportunity.
It's not for us. We don't have opportunity.
I appreciate that, Reg. I'm hearing you. And even though you didn't want to, you came over here and said something. You will be heard by more than just me. And there's very few that are even in this space that will be able to communicate it to us and get it out of their feeling because we don't get to sit down and do so. I'd like to invite you, and if you've got some other friends, partners that may want to sit down and have another talk, but I'm not going to call it talk. I'm going to call it a planning session. Planning session, right?
Right.
Strategy session where we get something concrete to do. Would you be willing to do that?
I'll send the word out.
Will you come to?
As long as schedules don't conflict.
That'll work. I appreciate your willingness, Reg.
All right.
You're awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Alive and Well, STL.
We have here Miss Nadia. Hello, Nadia.
Hi.
And how old are you, Nadia?
11.
11, and you have a big, beautiful smile on your face. Would you say that you're optimistic?
Yes.
You are. What are you so optimistic about? Why do you seem so happy?
Because I've always been taught that not everything is going to go your way and that, either way, you should be happy.
You believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had any evidence in your life about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So people would look at you and hear what you said and probably say, man, she doesn't seem like she's dealing with toxic stress. She seems well balanced. She seems happy. Does happy mean you're not dealing with any stress?
No.
No. What kinds of stressors does a beautiful, smiling, optimistic 11-year-old have?
It's like when you watch TV, you don't see, it's just candy-coated racism, basically.
You are familiar with racism. What does racism mean to you as an 11-year-old?
Well, it means that
To see if we're talking about the same thing, how would you define it?
a different race, which doesn't, like, say, a Indian person and a white person. They're just not going to get along just because of one person and what their family has taught them not to like.
So it's a taught thing in your opinion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Makes me kind of sad because it's taught, not like just, you're not born racist. You're just like, today I feel like I don't like them today. But your family teaches you that, so that's
But your
sad.
family taught you differently.
Yes.
What would you teach a racist 11-year-old if you were able to have some time with them to show them something else?
Not all people are the same. Not all races are rude to other races. Just don't become one of them. Don't stoop down to their level. Like, you need to stay high, keep your chin held high, stay up at your level, and love everyone.
You heard your older brother. He doesn't sound as optimistic. What do you think about that?
Well, he's been through a lot more than I have. He, grew up in poverty. A few years of his life he was in poverty, and then he hasn't been treated as well as I have because where I grew up.
So what we're doing here with Alive and Well is talking about how people grow up, how they've been treated, how the things that they've been through affect how they feel. In fact, really rough stuff, like what your brother went through, can actually even make him sick, and does for many people, makes them discouraged. My thought is, you're feeling great at 11, but how would things change for you if you went through a number of things like your brother, but you had some of the kind of the teaching that has you so optimistic now? What do you think would be different about you if you went through a series of rough stuff like that?
I wouldn't believe everything that my parents and my grandparents have taught me.
You think so?
Yeah, I would just be like, I don't understand why they're saying this, because they've been treated like this too, and I wouldn't like anyone to treat me like that. And so I'm just not going to talk to them, and I don't like them.
Do you have some encouragement for the rest of us to be able to feel as great as you do today?
Just stay strong, because it's going to happen, but you're going to know how it feels to help other people. So when you have that feeling, help other people who have had that feeling. Just help them through it. They might think they're not going to make it through, and they're just not going to make it. So help them know that you made it through, and it's possible to make it through. So,
you just helped a whole lot of people with what you just said, including me. What a fantastic young lady you are. And I am very inspired and glad that you spoke with us today.
Yay.
Yay.
We're excited to have you join us with the Alive and Well STL movement. Alive and Well STL is now a community-wide effort focused on reducing the impact of stress and trauma on our health and well-being. The research is clear. Stress and traumatic experiences are making many of us sick, and together are the leading cause of poor health outcomes. Take 5. Visit us at aliveandwellstl.com to find out where you are emotionally. Become an ambassador. Reach out and help build a supportive community. Learn resiliency skills. Get the help you need. Share your stories. Hear others. And learn more about stress and how it affects us. That's aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well STL.
We are grateful for your gift of time to this conversation. We encourage you to stay stay involved and get involved.
You are invited to join the conversation. If you, your family, or your organization is interested in talking about how we better the well-being of the region, sign up for more information, join the conversation, log on to aliveandwellstl.com, and let's build a plan on how we can work together and improve our overall health and become alive and well. The Regional Health Commission with Chief Executive Officer Robert Friend Jr. committed to providing a detailed review of change over the past decade and 14 leading health indicators for the city and county of St. Louis. The first decade review of health status report, an update to building a healthier St. Louis. Discover the narrative, the data, and celebrate the progress already made to improve healthcare access and reduce health disparities in our region. Learn more at stlrhc.org. Alive and Well STL is another positive production of RareGem Productions. Thanks for listening.